Today we are going to check facts about space that you didn't know before. So let's go to the video. A three-dimensional continuum that contains positions and directions is called space. Physical space is frequently imagined in three linear dimensions in classical physics. Contemporary physicists typically believe that it eventually becomes a part of spacetime, an unbounded continuum of four dimensions. It is believed that grasping the concept of space is essential to comprehending the physical cosmos. Philosophers dispute on whether it is an entity in and of itself, a connection between entities, or a component of a conceptual framework. The cosmos is wonderful. The human brain has a hard time comprehending its mere size, let alone the trillions of items that are contained among the many billion galaxies of the cosmos. So now we can move to the facts about space. 1. Space is completely silent. In space, there is no atmosphere or air. There is no medium for sound waves to go to since there is a vacuum. That means that even if you shout the loudest, no one will be able to hear you in outer space. While radio waves, electromagnetic waves, can travel across empty space, sound waves, mechanical waves, require a medium to travel. Radios are used by astronauts to maintain contact when they are in space since radio waves can still be delivered and received in a vacuum. 2. The hottest planet in our solar system is 450 degrees Celsius. Venus is the solar system's hottest planet. The average surface temperature of this searing planet is roughly 232 degrees Fahrenheit, 450 degrees Celsius. Mercury, not Venus, is the planet that is nearest to the Sun. Mercury experiences relatively high temperature fluctuations because it lacks an atmosphere to control its climate. On the other hand, Venus has the planet with the densest atmosphere. Venus gets tremendously hot because its atmosphere retains heat. 3. There may be life on Mars. Mars is the planet in our solar system that has the highest likelihood of supporting life, apart from Earth. On a rock sent back from Mars in 1986, NASA discovered what they believe to be the remains of small living organisms. 4. Nobody knows how many stars are in space. It is impossible to precisely estimate how many stars exist because of the immensity of space. Currently, astronomers and scientists can only estimate the number of stars in our galaxy, the Milky Way. As there are between 200 and 400 billion stars in the universe and billions of galaxies, the number of stars is truly incalculable. 5. Halley's Comet won't orbit past Earth again until 2061. The renowned comet, discovered in 1705 by Edmund Halley, was last observed in 1986 and is only visible once every 75 to 76 years. 6. A full NASA spacesuit costs $12 million. The backpack and control module accounted for roughly 70% of the overall expense. The whole cost, if converted to today's prices, would be something in the neighborhood of $150 million. NASA has been using spacesuits since 1974 up until this point. Due to a lack of spacesuits, the first all-female spacewalk was postponed till 2019. 7. Neutron stars can spin 600 times per second. The smallest and densest stars in the known cosmos are neutron stars, which although having a radius of only around 10 kilometers, 6 miles, may have a few times the mass of the Sun. When they emerge from a core collapse supernova star explosion, they can rotate up to 60 times per second, and due to their physics, they have also been observed spinning at speeds of 600 to 712 times per second. 8. There may be a planet made out of diamonds. This is a rather astounding space fact. Scientists from Yale University have discovered a rocky planet called 55 Cancri. Its mass is 8 times bigger and it is twice as big as Earth. It might have a surface consisting of diamond and graphite. Despite being 40 light-years away, it may be seen with the unaided eye in the Cancer constellation. 9. The footprints on the Moon will be there for 100 million years. Since the Moon lacks an atmosphere, neither wind nor water can erode its surface or remove human footprints. This implies that the footprints left by the Apollo astronauts, along with those left by spacecraft, rovers, and trash, will remain there for millions of years. 10. 1 day on Venus is longer than 1 year. Due to Venus's sluggish axis rotation, 1 day on Venus takes 243 Earth days to complete. A year on Venus is 18 days shorter than a day there due to Venus's 225 Earth day orbital period around the Sun. 11. In 3.75 billion years, the Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies will collide. The Andromeda galaxy is moving towards the Milky Way, which contains our solar system, at a speed of about 110 kilometers per second, 68 miles per second, and the two will eventually collide to form a large elliptical galaxy. 12. If two pieces of the same type of metal touch in space, they will permanently bond. This amazing phenomenon, sometimes known as cold welding, occurs because the atoms of two different pieces of metal have no way of knowing it. On Earth, the space between the pieces is filled with air and water, preventing this from occurring. 13. There is floating water in space. The largest known body of water has been discovered by astronomers in a giant water vapor cloud that is around 10 billion light-years away and contains 140 trillion times the mass of water in the oceans of the Earth. 14. The largest known asteroid is 965 kilometers, 600 miles, wide. The first and largest object to be regarded as an asteroid was the dwarf planet Ceres, which was found by Italian astronomer Giuseppe Piazzi in 1801. It makes up 33% of the mass of the entire asteroid belt and is situated in the asteroid belt halfway between Mars and Jupiter's orbits. 15. The Moon was once a piece of the Earth. According to one idea, while Earth was still a young planet and collided with a large object, a chunk of the Earth was broken off, resulting in the Moon. The Earth's gravitational attraction caused this object to start orbiting it. 16. The Sun's mass takes up 99.86% of the solar system. The Sun is primarily composed of helium and contains just 25% hydrogen by mass. This yellow star has a mass 330,000 times greater than the Earth. It makes up 99.86% of the solar system's mass. The remaining mass is made up of around 2/3 of the gas giant Jupiter. 17. There is a volcano on Mars 3 times the size of Everest. Olympus Mons, a volcano on Mars with dimensions of 600 kilometers in width and 21 kilometers in height, may still be active, according to geologists. It is the planet's tallest summit. On the asteroid Vesta, the Rasilvia central peak is 22 kilometers taller. 18. Mercury and Venus are the only planets with no moons. Due to their proximity to the Sun, the terrestrial planets Mercury and Venus are unable to support any moons. Any naturally occurring satellites circling these close planets will be pulled by the Sun's gravity because it is much stronger. 19. Saturn has 82 known moons and counting. The solar system's moon with the most known moons is Saturn. Titan, its largest moon, is larger than Mercury. The ringed planet also possesses a few smaller moons known as shepherd moons that support the maintenance of Saturn's rings. 20. The gas giant Jupiter is a failed star. In the solar system, Jupiter, the biggest planet, is made up primarily of hydrogen and helium. These are the same substances that make up our Sun. Jupiter, however, is too small to initiate nuclear fusion and produce its own energy. It would grow to the size of an 80 times larger star, which would have a low mass. Jupiter also contains a storm known as the Great Red Spot, which is a fascinating fact. It has been whirling for over a century. 21. Uranus orbits the Sun on its side. Because of the 98-degree tilt in its orbit, Uranus is frequently referred to as the sideways planet. The ice giant planet appears to be rotating sideways due to its tilt. 22. Pluto is now classified as a dwarf planet, not a planet. The discovery of numerous planet-like objects indicates that the number of planets will continue to fluctuate. The International Astronomical Union created a new category called dwarf planets as a result. Dwarf planets are bodies that resemble planets but do not dominate the area around their orbit, like Pluto. 23. Pluto and Charon could be a double dwarf planet system. The size of this dwarf planet is almost half that of Charon, Pluto's biggest moon. In terms of size in relation to its parent body, this makes it the largest moon. Both of these are tidally linked to one another. It implies that Pluto and Charon are visible from the same side of Charon. 24. There are 5 officially recognized dwarf planets in the Solar System. These 5 dwarf planets are Eris, Haumea, Pluto, and Haumea. As further things like these are found, this number might increase. 25. Earth's moon is the 5th largest moon in the Solar System. The largest naturally occurring satellite, Ganymede, circles Jupiter. Titan, a moon of Saturn, is the 2nd biggest. Callisto and Io, 2 of Jupiter's moons, are in 3rd and 4th place, respectively. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.